Good afternoon, traders. Welcome to another weekly trading webinar where we look at live trading strategies and a risk management approach, as well as a midweek update of the market outlook. Now, before we continue with the session, please be aware that any opinions, news, research, prices, analysis, or information discussed in this webinar or linked to this presentation is provided as general market commentary and does not constitute as investment advice. If you're looking for investment advice, please be sure to contact a regulated financial advisor. For those of you who haven't met me, my name is Tumelo. I'm a senior market analyst at CWG Markets, and I'll be taking you through today's session. Now, to keep up to date with any market updates, be sure to subscribe to this Telegram channel where you'll receive daily market news and outlooks, educational trading content, webinar access and event updates, as well as official promotions and announcement. And if you believe you know of a fellow trader who would benefit from these market updates, then be sure to share this link or this QR code to a fellow trader so they can join and enjoy these benefits as well. Now, for those of you that are trading, CWG Markets is providing a 100% welcome bonus where you can enjoy a 100% bonus on every deposit up to $1,000 on your trading account, where you can double your funds, increase your margin, double your trading equity, and have the best opportunity to grow your account in the quickest way possible. Right, so since this is a midweek update, what we will do is we will move on to the charts to see what levels the markets are setting up at, so we know exactly what to look for the next coming few days. So what I will do here is share my screen so you can see exactly what is happening. And the first symbol we're going to take a look at here is gold, which is XAU USD gold. Now we can see gold is now moving down the market with downward momentum, coming down from the major resistance level at the 5,321. And what this has done is it's created downward momentum, opening up doors for price to come down and retest the support level at the 4,878 level of support on gold XAU USD. This gives opportunity for traders on the lower time frames to look for opportunities to catch down trades or selling trades down to this level of support on gold. Now, moving along, we've got US oil, which is WTI crude oil. So US oil, as you can see, price is currently testing a major level of resistance, now turned support at 93.66 level, with price breaking and retesting this level, where a bounce of this level opens up doors for price to continue this upward momentum, with the next major support or resistance level sitting at the 122.43 level, where a break and close below this level could indicate a deeper pullback in this move or start of a reversal of the momentum to the downside, with the next major support level sitting at the 83.56 level. Now, as you can see, since the market is trending to the upside, the current bar that is currently sitting up is giving a buy signal indicator price action pattern of a lower high and a lower low, which is a ring low or bounce low formation, as well as a low test bar formation, which are both buying signals to catch the momentum to the upside. For those that are looking to trade up with the momentum, this current daily bar is giving an opportunity and a price action signal to place an entry by entry order into this current setup. So this is US oil, WTI crude oil. Now, moving along to our currency pairs, we'll start with the first one here, which is GBP USD. So GBP USD, we have a previous level of support broken, now retested, turned into resistance, where a bounce off this resistance level at the 1.3354 level continues this downward trend or downward momentum, opening up doors for price to continue to the downside and test the next major support level at the 1.3057 level. However, a close above this level, okay, could indicate a deeper pullback in this move or potential start of a reversal of the momentum to the upside, with the next major resistance sitting at the 1.3694 level. But again, since this is a break and a retest of a support now turned resistance, the current bar setup is giving a potential price action pattern sell entry signal, with the current bar giving a higher high and a higher low, which is a bounce high or ringed high formation, which is a price action pattern to give a sell entry into the market. So there's an opportunity on the daily chart to start positioning yourself to catch this continued trend to the downside. Next is USD CAD. Dollar CAD is currently testing the major level of resistance, which is the zone between the 1.3709 and the 1.3697 level of resistance. Price is approaching this level with strong bullish momentum, where a break and a close above this zone continues this upward momentum, opening up doors for price to test the next resistance, which is at the 1.3913 level. However, failure to break and close above this level, as we can see here, price has struggled previously to close above this level. This could indicate a potential sign of the weakening in the upward momentum and the start of either a pullback in this upward momentum or the start of a reversal of the momentum to the downside, with the next major support level sitting at the 1.3559 level and the 1.3549 zone of support on USD CAD. And we can see with the previous bar over here, we have here a high test bar, which is a signal which indicates, as we can see, a weakening of the upward momentum and a potential for a reversal of the momentum to the downside, with this high test bar signal setting up on the previous bar. The current bar also setting up the same price action pattern, which is also a high test bar, indicating a weakening of the upward momentum and the potential of the reversal of the momentum to the downside as well. So very important indicators where you can now start looking at setting up potential reversal setups from this resistance zone between the 1.3709 and the 1.3697 zone of resistance on USD CAD. Moving along, we've got USD JPY. USD JPY is currently testing a level of resistance broken, now turned into support at the 159.06 level, 159.06, where this break and retest of the resistance, a bounce off this level, continues this upward trend and continues the momentum to the upside, opening up doors for price to test the next resistance, which is sitting at the 163.90 zone of resistance on USD JPY. However, failure to close above this level could indicate a weakening in this upward momentum or a deeper pullback in this trend before price continues back to the upside, or this could be the signal of a start of the reversal of the momentum to the downside, with the next major support sitting at the 157.18 level of support on USD JPY. Next, we've got Euro CHF, Euro Swiss. So here we have a previous psychological level of support now turned resistance at the 0.9060 psychological resistance level, with price currently testing this level, where price is breaking this level, where a break and close above this level could confirm the change of the momentum to the upside, opening up doors for price to retest the next resistance, which is a psychological level at the 0.9080 level of resistance on Euro CHF. However, if price closes below this level, failure to close above this level could indicate a weakening in this upward momentum and a potential of a reversal of the momentum back to the downside, where price could retest the 0.9011 level of support on Euro CHF. Again, if price continues to the upside, we still face further resistance here on the 0.9080 level, where again a bounce off this level could indicate a pullback in this upward momentum, where we could see a retest of this level, or the momentum shifting back to the downside. But how price closes above or below this level will indicate the move for the next few days on Euro CHF on the 0.9060 level, psychological level. Next, we've got GBP CAD. So GBP CAD currently testing the major level of resistance at the 1.8331 level of resistance, where a bounce off this level could see a retest of the previous level of resistance, now turn support before price continues back to the upside, or could be the sign of a weakening in the upward momentum and the start of a reversal to the downside, where a big reversal could see a retest of the support zone between the 1.8042 and the 1.8016 zone of support. But if price continues to the upside and breaks above the 1.8331 level, this confirms the reversal of the momentum to the upside, opening up doors for price to test the next resistance, which is at the 1.8400 level on GBP CAD. Next up, we've got GBP CHF. So GBP Swiss. We have price currently testing the major level of support, which is a previous level of resistance that price broke through and is retesting at the 1.0461 level of support, where a bounce off this level opens up doors for price to continue the momentum to the upside, with the next major resistance sitting at the 1.0647 level of resistance. However, failure for price to maintain above this level, where we could get a break and a close below this level, this could indicate a weakening in the upward momentum and reversal of the momentum back to the downside, with a possible retest of the major support level at 1.0395 on GBP CHF. And lastly, we've got Aussie CAD, AUD CAD. We've got price currently testing the major level of resistance, which is a zone between the 0.9735 and the 0.9738 zone of resistance on Aussie CAD, where the current bar, as you can see, is currently showing again a high test bar, which is a signal indicating a weakening in the momentum to the upside and a potential of a reversal of the momentum to the downside, where a bounce off this level of resistance could reverse the momentum to the downside and open up doors for price to retest the support at the 0.9345 level of support on Aussie CAD. However, If price can break and close above this level, this continues this upward momentum. And opens up doors for price to continue to the upside and test the next major level of resistance, which is at the 0.9977 level of resistance on Aussie CAD. Those are our currencies. Now moving along, we're going to go to indices, starting with S&P 500. So S&P 500, we can see price is currently testing a major level of support, broken, now retested, turned into resistance at the 6,721 level, where a bounce off this level continues this downward momentum, opening up doors for price to continue to the downside and test the next major support level at the 6,538 level of support. We can see from the current bar that price is setting up a price action pattern, two price action patterns which are signals to sell, where the first one you can see is a higher high, higher low, ringed high or bounce high formation, which is a price action pattern indicating an opportunity to sell off this candle. Also, the bar is giving a high test bar formation, which is a price action pattern signaling the weakening of the upward momentum and a potential of a reversal of the momentum back to the downside. And this, when traded in line with the trend, is a signal to catch this current pullback that is happening at this level of resistance to continue the momentum to the downside on S&P 500. Now, a break and a close above this level could still indicate a deeper pullback in this uptrend. This downtrend. We could still face a deeper pullback where price could eye a retest of the resistance at the 6,796 level before continuing to the upside, or the start of a reversal of the momentum to the upside on S&P 500. So how price reacts to this level is a key indicator of the move for the next few days on S&P 500. Next, we'll look at CAC 40, FRA 40. So FRA 40 is currently testing a major level of support, broken and retested, now turned resistance at the 8,026 level of resistance. Now, a bounce off this level opens up doors for price to come back down and retest the level of support here at the 7,875 level, whereas a break above the zone of resistance between the 8,026 as well as the 8,066 level of resistance, a break and close above the zone confirms the momentum reversal to the upside, opening up doors for price to test the next resistance level at the 8,319 level on FRA 40, CAC 40. Next, we've got Spain 35 or the IBEX 35, where we have price bouncing off our support level, opening up doors for price to retest the next level of resistance here at the 17,558 level. This means that on the lower time frames, traders can look for opportunities to catch this upward momentum before price comes up and tests this level of resistance on Spain 35. And then lastly, we'll have a look at the FTSE, which is UK 100. So UK 100, we can see price has bounced off our level of support over here. This bounce off the level of support confirms a reversal of the momentum to the upside, opening up doors for price to continue up and test the next level of resistance, which is a zone between the 10,878 and the 10,900 zone of resistance on the UK 100 FTSE. Okay. If momentum shifts back to the downside, then what this does is it opens up doors for a retest of the support before we can see whether it will bounce off or break through this level on the UK 100. But until then, momentum has now shifted to the upside, given opportunities and doors opening for price to continue and test the next zone of resistance all the way at the top over here on UK 100. Now, moving to our cryptocurrencies, we'll start with Polkadot, which is TOT-USD. Now, Polkadot is currently eyeing our level of resistance at the 1.6652 level of resistance on Polkadot, where a bounce off this resistance could change the momentum and shift it to the downside, where the next major support is at the 1.2389 level of support, where we could see a retest of that level. But a break and close above this resistance level could continue the momentum to the upside, opening up doors for price to test the next resistance at the 2.2816 level on Polkadot TOT-USD. Next one we'll look at is Zcash, ZEC-USD. You can see we had a major break of the resistance here with strong upward momentum at the 243.81 level of resistance. This break confirmed the reversal of the momentum to the upside and has now opened doors for price to continue up and test the next major resistance level at the 323.77 level of resistance on Zcash, ZEC-USD. Next is Ripple, XRP-USD. So XRP-USD is currently testing a major level of resistance, broken and retested now, turned into a support at the 1.5109 level, where a bounce off this level of support continues the momentum to the upside, opening up doors for price to test the next zone of resistance, which is sitting between the 1.7990 and the 1.8108 zone of resistance on XRP-USD. However, as we can see, a break and close below this level of support could indicate a deeper pullback in this upward momentum and this potential move to the upside, where we could see a deeper pullback where price could retest the support at the 1.4357 level before continuing back to the upside, or this could be the start of a reversal of the momentum back to the downside as well. So again, how price reacts to this level and where it closes will indicate the move for the next few days on XRP-USD. Next, we'll have a look at Dogecoin, where Dogecoin tested a major zone of resistance between the 0.0990 and the 0.1010 zone of resistance, with price failing to close and trade above this zone of resistance, where now price is pushing back below this resistance, where a bounce off this level of resistance could indicate a change of the momentum back to the downside, opening up doors for price to retest the support zone between the 0.0891 and the 0.0884 zone of support on Dogecoin. However, if price can manage to break and close above this level, then this could confirm a continuation of the upward momentum, opening up doors for price to test the next resistance level between the 0.1112 level of resistance on Dogecoin, also known as DOG-USD on the CWG Markets trading platform. Moving along, we have SOL USD. So SOL USD is coming off or bouncing off the level of resistance at the 95.47 level of resistance, indicating a potential pullback in this upward momentum, where we could see a retest of the support level at the 90.91 level of support before price bounces up and continues back to the upside, or the start of a reversal of the momentum, where a break below the support level confirms a reversal of the momentum to the downside, opening up a potential for a retest of the support at the 81.63 level on SOL USD. And moving along, we've got Chainlink, which is Link USD. And what we see here is the momentum to the upside, and a pullback in this trend to the upside, opening up doors for price to continue and test the next level of resistance, which is at the 10.24 level of resistance. And the current bar setup that we can see here is giving a price action pattern for a potential buy entry signal, where we have a lower low, lower high, lower high, lower low setup, which is a bounce low or a ring low formation, where in this pullback, in this upward move, indicates the potential end of the phase 2 and the beginning of the phase 1 back to the upside, with a potential continuation to test the next major resistance level. However, failure of this pattern could see a deeper pullback in this upward move, where we could see a retest of the support level at the 9.34 level of support, still in line with the trend to the upside, before either see a bounce off this level to the upside, or a break indicating a change of the momentum to the downside, with the next major support level at the 8.53 level of support on Chainlink USD. Link USD, also known as LNK USD on the CWG Markets trading platform. And the last one we'll look at here is Bitcoin, BTC USD. BTC USD is currently eyeing the major level of resistance here at the 76,332 level, with upward momentum, with a pullback in this upward momentum, or a phase 2 in this trend to the upside, before continuing to test the level of resistance. And what we can see with the current bar is a lower high, lower low, which is a bounce low, ring low price action pattern, indicating a potential entry to enter a buy setup on this move, where this setup indicating a possible end of this phase 2 or pullback in this upward move, before continuing into the phase 1 in this trend to the upside, where this opens up the move to continue up to test this resistance level at the 76,332 level on BTC USD. So those are our major levels of support and resistance to look out for this midweek update for the next few days until the end of the week. But other than that, that brings us to the last session of this weekly webinar, where the next webinar will be next week, Monday, the 23rd of March, where we will look at a market outlook for the beginning of the week webinar. But also what to look out for today is this is a very important day in terms of high impact news, where we can see, if I change my screen share, we can see high impact news on USD. We've got our PPI figures releasing on USD. We've got our CAD overnight rate and rate statement, Bank of Canada, as well as the Bank of Canada press conference. But the most important is we've got our US FOMC statement and press conference, which will have a significant influence on how the dollar is going to be shaping up from today moving forward. So very important to keep an eye on this. This is going to be the FOMC statement is going to be at 6 p.m. UTC. So keep an eye on this and all your dollar related currency pairs, as this move could be significant and could be shifting the direction of how the dollar is going to be moving for the next few days. So because of that, the last thing we can have a look at in terms of what to look at here from a dollar perspective. So if we look at the dollar index, so you can see the dollar index is currently in a trend to the upside here, currently in its pullback, where we could see a retest of this 99.37 level of resistance now turn support before bouncing and continuing back to the upside. Whereas a break below this level could indicate a shift of the momentum to the downside, with the next major support at the 97.94 level of support, which then indicates confirmation of the weakening of the dollar. But we can see currently with this current bar, again, what it's shaping up to be is again a price action pattern of a lower high and a lower low formation, which is a bounce low or ring low formation, indicating a price action pattern for a potential buy entry setup. And again, what this could indicate again is the weakening of this pullback, the end of the pullback and the start of a phase one to the upside, where this continues the momentum of the upside and strengthening of the dollar, with the next major resistance sitting at the 101.77 level of resistance on the dollar index. So very key level to look out for, and based on how the FOMC and the federal fund rates come out today will then determine the move of the dollar for the next few days. All right, but other than that, I just want to bring your attention to the fact that, did you know that a minimum deposit of 10 USD, $10, gets you access to a high leverage multi-asset trading account with CWG Markets called the CWG Markets Center account, which makes professional trading more efficient with MetaTrader 5 with the CWG Center account, giving you access to trading currencies, which is FX, indices, commodities, stocks, as well as cryptocurrencies as well, with ultra low spreads on all these trading products. Also giving you access to leverage up to 1:1000 and EA automation support on the CWG Center account. So with a minimum deposit, you can get access to this multi-asset high leverage account. So if you'd like to start trading the CWG Center account, scan the QR code that you see on the top right-hand side of the screen to apply for the CWG Center account, as well as take advantage of the 100% welcome deposit bonus, where you can enjoy 100% bonus on every deposit up to 1,000 USD on your trading account, where you can double your funds, increase your margin, and double your equity, and put yourself in a position to grow your account in the most efficient way possible. But other than that, if you enjoyed the session today, please feel free to kindly leave a review by scanning the QR code on the screen. This will help us to keep track of the quality of the education and service we provide to the CWG Markets trading community. And if there's any questions you'd like to ask or get in touch with me personally, then feel free to either send me an email or a direct message on WhatsApp, where you can message me directly by following either one of the following links or scanning any one of the QR codes that you see on the screen to get in touch with me directly to ask me any trading related questions or suggest any future topics you'd like to be discussed in future trading webinars. But other than that, that brings us to the end of the session today. We'll touch base again on Monday, the 23rd of March, for the beginning weekly market outlook of the markets. Other than that, enjoy your day and all the best with your trading. Bye for now.